All right, guys. So I want to talk about the weather real fast for this game today for us, and then obviously the games tomorrow. Because let's be honest, we need the games tomorrow to also go our way, right? And the weather is definitely going to be a problem. So starting off right away in Tennessee, this game doesn't really matter that much. But for example, you can see 9 to 10 miles per hour winds with gusts up to 17 miles per hour. So no rain, but just absolutely crazy wind, which obviously makes throwing the ball nearly impossible, right? Jags at Buccaneers game, no rain projected, but there's going to be 8 to 9 mile per hour winds with 13 to 16 mile per hour wind gust. Cardinals at Bears game. This game's gonna be the craziest. The gusts are gonna be up to 23 miles per hour, and that's gonna be consistently throughout the game with a 10 to 13 miles per hour, normal. Cowboy again, field goals, extra points, punts, long kicks, all that kind of stuff gets affected. The Cowboys Dolphins game. 22 to 24 overall mile per hour wind gusts. We want the Cowboys to win this game, right? Just because, again, I mean, it doesn't. Actually, technically, we want the Dolphins to win because if the Dolphins win, then they get away from that whole wild card situation. I don't know, though, because if the Bills win the division, we don't want the other team in here. Let's just hope. I don't know, because I feel like the Bills are going to keep winning. So if the Dolphins do lose and they kind of fall apart, because they play the Ravens next week. So they lose this game and then they lose to the Ravens, then they're going to be in that wild card. Let's just go with the Dolphins winning. But still, that's going to be a very tough game. Pacers at Broncos. This is the night game. No game time effects in AccuWeather forecast, but it does call for Denver to get hit with a bit of snow, 2 to 4 inches. So, and that obviously is going to be, Saturday night, right? Monday, December 25th, we have Raiders-Chiefs game. AccuWeather calls for a 91% chance of participation during the day in Kansas City with temperatures 31 to 43. So it's going to be a lot of rain, not really snow, and up to 25 mile per hour wind gusts. So get ready for the Kansas City Chiefs to claim that weather is the new reason why they lost that game. Although the Raiders put up 63 points, I will love that. Now, we got very, very lucky with our game, in all honesty. So how our game is going to go here is, as it says right here, temperatures are around 46, 47 degrees for most of the late afternoon, with around 43 to 47% chance of rain in the 4 to 5 p.m. range. That drops into a mid to high 30% chance between 7 and 8. That likely means there's a greater chance of weather affecting the game earlier in the game than later. The winds are only projected to be 8 to 10 miles per hour throughout the late afternoon and early evening, so that shouldn't have a major impact on the game. And there is no wind gusts up to whatever. There isn't going to be really any wind gusts at all. Now, 8 to 10 miles per hour is perfectly normal for a game. That's not really too crazy, obviously. I will say, if we go for a very, very long field goal, 50 plus yards, will we see a problem? Yeah, we will. We definitely will see somewhat of a problem. And, luckily for this, it looks like the second half of the game, as it says here, is going to be less affected by the rain. Because our biggest advantage going into this game is picking apart, I will say, their secondary. Their secondary is not going to be good in this game. They have no free safety, no strong safety. The cornerback core is very thin, right? And that's going to be the way we're going to have to win this game, is by picking apart their secondary. We have no Jamar Chase, but when it starts raining and everything slows down, it makes it a lot easier for these cornerbacks to be able to cover these wide receivers. You look at Buffalo Bills game last year in the playoffs. That weather helped everything slow down for us, right? It helped everything kind of become a lot better. And that's the same idea on the other side for Mason Rudolph. If Mason Rudolph, this game, we have to get after him. We have to get pressure on Mason Rudolph, right? We have to constantly be throwing different things at him. And if everything slows down and he has more time for his lineman to block, more time for him to look down the field, that's when we lose our advantage, right? So, again, the fact it's only like this in the first half of the game potentially, and that's the second half, is great. But at the same time, rain makes the turf, it makes it, I don't want to say it makes it too wet. It's not, we don't play on grass. If we play on grass, it would be a lot different. On turf, it's a little bit, different, but it's definitely one of those situations where there's going to be players who are slipping. There's going to be players who are sliding, depending on how bad the rain is. So it definitely sucks when you got this great advantage going into this game, and then the weather is just kind of not on your side. Hopefully it doesn't rain much. Hopefully this isn't going to affect us that much. I hope it doesn't rain at all. I really hope it doesn't rain at all, which is ironic because normally going into this game, they were fully healthy. I would say I would want the rain to happen because then we could slow it down, run Chase Brown, run Joe Mixon, and kind of go on from there. I will be honest, though, in this game, I still want to see Joe Mixon and Chase Brown get the ball a lot. I really don't want to have to rely strictly on our passing game. Again, like I said, I think our main advantage going into this game is that we could probably pick apart their secondary because of the injuries and the weakness. But I don't want that to become the main part of this game. I really want to get back to the strict point of run the ball, control time possession, keep our defense on the sideline, and wear down their defense. While yes, their secondary is, very weak, their pass rushers are still very alive. They got TJ Watt and they got Cam Hayward. So the best way to beat this defense is just wear it down, run the ball, quick passes, stuff like that. Which again, like I said, the rain is going to make that kind of a little bit more difficult. Especially when you are running the ball in the rain. Personally, I love running the ball in the rain, but the big problem with that is that slipping and sliding, right? Slipping and sliding, and you don't get the correct traction down. You go to make a cut, and you slip. Seen it many times in football throughout this year, previous years, throughout NFL history, let's be honest. So, again, like I said, hopefully that doesn't become too much of a problem. It is Pittsburgh, so I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like it rains every day there. It doesn't, but the weather there is absolutely insane. I've been to Pennsylvania many, many times. It is a very, 1 second the weather is great, 1 second the weather is awful, 1 second the weather is a lot worse. Now, good thing is we're getting this weather report right now. Right, so we're getting it right before the game, or the same day of the game. So it's not like we're talking about this weather, like a week before, a couple days before, because as you guys know, weather changes within seconds. It feels like 1 second it could be like, oh, it's gonna rain Saturday, and then next second later, it's not gonna rain at all. And you're like, wait, I thought it was gonna rain. It's like, oh yeah, no, that was the weather report an hour ago. The weather report now is no rain at all. So let's just hope and pray that the weather report is incorrect here and it's not going to be rainy, but we'll have to wait and see, man. We got very lucky compared to these other teams and what they got for their, gusts of mile per hour winds. If we had 22 to 24 mile per hour wind gusts, we would be in the absolutely doghouse, 1,000%, because we wouldn't be able to throw the ball. And we would literally come down to them not being able to throw the ball with Mason Rudolph. Wouldn't matter. It would just come down to Najee Harris and whoever could get, closer down the field and get in the red zone and put up any points. That game would probably be 3-0, pretty much. So tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. But again, like I said, I will be live later today at 4:30 for this upcoming game. Peace out, guys.